Getting ready for our second keynote speaker today. Talking to us about $1 billion alchemy and engineering high-performance teams in tech is Arnaud Collery. He is a serial entrepreneur, international keynote speaker, and renowned happiness coach specializing in performance and well-being. He is celebrated for his expertise in fostering high-performance teams in the tech industry. He has coached leading companies such as Kareem and Quartet, and his work extends globally from New York to Dubai, from Mexico and beyond. Arnaud's commitment to nurturing the innovation and sustainable growth through teams leadership is exemplified in his latest venture, Humanava.com, an edtech initiative recognized by the French tech community. Please join me in welcoming Arnaud, who will share insights on engineering billion-dollar teams in tech, because it's always about the people behind the tech. Let's give him a warm applause.
Thank you. I think the French accent. The picture was much nicer, right? With my haircut before, right? Much more serious, right? Almost like a tech guy. Hopefully not like a lawyer. Hopefully, I have a 6-year-old boy, and my fear is that he becomes a lawyer. Yesterday, I arrived. The sound's good, yeah? Yeah. Yesterday I arrived in Romania, and I think I fell in love. I fell in love with this country, the beauty of people, the emotion you guys have, this amazing event. Yeah, I do say amazing a lot. I spent 15 years in US. You know, it stays with you, right? We don't say amazing for French people usually. It's forbidden in France. I specialize in helping billion-dollar teams to go to the next level. That's what I do. I work with engineering teams across the world. I did in 40 countries. What is it the next step? I'm sort of a human engineer. Many engineers in the room, you guys know how to work the details, the process. I can't do that with technology, but I can do that with people. Put me in a room with just a few hours with 5, 10, 20 people, and my goal would be to observe what's happening. How can we achieve to go whatever is needed to go to the next step? Clicker. And before coming here, I spoke to many heads of engineering teams around the world, and they told me, you're going to Romania, you're so lucky. This is where the next unicorn company will be. I know you guys have 2 for now. Everyone tell me, nothing is missing from this country. You have all the brain power. Just maybe, and this is where I can help, maybe a little bit more of audacity, creativity, believing a little bit more in yourself. Because apparently, 2-3 years from now, 50% of software selling Romanian company will either lose their business to India, Pakistan, or to AI. So what you have to do is to create the next unicorn company of your country. This is what you have to look forward to. I love to bring a role model whenever I coach a team. We all know those guys, they're world famous. But why I'm putting the first slide, it's because none of them were just a genius in technology. They were all about their teams, the people. We know how Steve Jobs, without Wozniak, and without what he called the distortion field, he was able to apparently sit in front of an engineer and make him sure, after 20 minutes only, the guy will be able to realize something he was not able to psychologically do. That was his real talent. Sam Altman, we've all seen his, maybe many have seen, Have you seen his demo, right, of right, 4.0? He doesn't put himself up anymore. Only his team. Probably with what happened at OpenAI the last 18 months. Larry Page, Google, same thing. All about his team. Again, what I do is I specialize in team coaching. It's not you, you're not the brilliant engineer only. You among 5, 10, 20 people. You have to be interdependent into achieving success. And I put Philip Knight. Philip Knight was the CEO and founder of Nike, the shoes. He was not an engineer by trade, but fascinated with technology, design of the shoes. But what he did, he said, he became a $40 billion company just because he trusts people around him. You have to read his book called Shoe Dog. Who has read it? Great. Everyone should read Shoe Dog. Best business book on group coaching, on team building, for 400 pages. He only quotes his teams. It's not his success. It's the success of his friend. It's not his success. It's the success of his teammate. Trusting, psychological security, helping them to get freedom inside so they can think beyond their means. But those guys are far away, right? The world-class famous people, I've never met them. But I've met those guys. And all of us, the best stories of resilience, we need to talk to the people close to us. We've heard. We can have access to them. Those people will elevate you to wherever you need to go. It seems there is an echo, no? It's working? There's a little bit of an echo? No? I hear myself, no? Well, if you're fine, let's keep going. So 4 people I work, some of the billion-dollar team I work. Tej Paul Bhatia, very American story. New York failed 3 different startups. 3 times he raised between $2 and $5 million. Fail. Until Citibank New York came to him and said, you fail, but you are good with people. Why don't you start the first tech incubator of New York City for Citibank? He did so. Then Google heard of him, make him the head of startup ecosystem in New York City, just because he's good with people. Now, what happened? Axiom Space hired him, one of the biggest tech company in the world, tech space company, and he helped them to raise $500 million. Right, so I think it's an $8 billion company minimum valuation right now. It's not on the stock exchange, it's privately owned. Just why do I show example like this? Just because he fail, and fail again, it's fine. In US, we say it takes 4 failures, 4, to succeed, so they can trust you. In France, same as Romania, still not good to fail. Those who understand have been to the US. Reshma Saujani, some of them, do you know? Oops. Do you know her? No. Not a tech girl at all. Just because she loves people. She was a lawyer by trade. She fell as a lawyer. She fell as a congresswoman. She was trying to be a congresswoman in New York City. And then she finally decided to use what's good about her. She knows people. She raised a team. They raised close to $1 billion to help women around the world to become the next technology. Look at the NGO. She has a brilliant TED Talk seen by 10 million people. Abdullah Elias, good friend of mine, failed 2 startups in Germany. He's a Saudi guy, but born and raised in Germany. Went back to his country, said, maybe I should go back to Saudi. Maybe I can do something. 10 years ago. No market, no ecosystem. Nothing like Romania, what it is now. Right? You guys are much better than it was Saudi 10 years ago. He started a little company called Kareem. And I had the privilege to help all his team around the world, I mean, in the region and Pakistan. He sold his company for $3 billion. It's all about people. He said the one thing they were successful about, take care of the mental space, mental health of everyone in the company. And this is how they beat Uber in the region. Uber tried to do everything to kill them, and then finally they pay them. They buy them out. Fabio Lunardi, Italian guy working in Geneva on billion-dollar research for CERN, Nuclear Research Center. We've worked with his team only of engineers. There's no non-engineer working with him. Yet, no emotional intelligence. So some of the grants were blocked, some of the projects were blocked because they just could not open up, could not speak to their friends about the dilemma, what's going on. You need to talk about the voice inside. The crazy voice. I have a crazy voice, often. Last night it was crazy. And I have no shame to talk about it with friends of mine. Even to some of my investors. Abdullah is one of my investors in our platform right now. You need to be vulnerable, mental health, talk about what's blocking you. So finding the role model in your region. What's needed? It's very succinct, right? It's very, I'm trying to be a catalyst, so skills taking, it's becoming more and more used as a term in HR for engineer in Europe, London, especially San Francisco. What are the unique skills you bringing to the table as a team? How are we differentiate ourselves as a team and engineer from everyone else? What are our passions besides our jobs? What are our freedoms? How do we get our energy? I had an amazing talk last night evening with Christelle. Christelle will be the one doing the last keynote of the day, center room, 5 p.m. from NASA. We're on the same length. The only thing she says, she has 10,000 engineers to manage. The only thing is where you get your energy, mental state, vulnerability, where are your passion, bring your passion back to the work. How you differentiate yourself with your mad skill. Mad skill is sort of the meta soft skill we use more and more in HR. Curiosity and feedback. European, we suck at feedback. I mean, I'm French, I can say, we're so bad. You have to tell, you have to learn, it's a science. We have a platform, we have a 2 hours course on what is feedback. Feedback is not just you suck, you're dumb. No, it's taking the time. We use the word bienveillant in French. Look at them in the eyes. Compassion. Have them bring you in their world, their personal story, and then you can give feedback. And then you can close the session. What I've seen is, I know some of you are listening as, oh, I don't want to do that, I'm an engineer, I'm a technical guy, what bullshit is that? Yet, 90 minutes a week, that's all it takes. 90 minutes a week to build $1 billion team. Because you all have the brain power, the know-how, you have some of the best engineers of Europe, apparently. All my friends told me that. The only thing you probably can add is just this. People skill, and put your team, say, we are the best, and we are the best, not because on the technical side, we are the best team because we trust so much each other. We talk, we spend that 90 minutes a week on storytelling, on improvisation, on doing active listening, and the art of feedback. So for leaders, 6 pillars I see are being used over and over and over by engineering teams that are succeeding. I do a lot of work in different fields as well. UN, luxury field, sort of the same. Just you need a little bit more of emotion opening when it comes to engineering. So first is prioritize, right? I know it's so difficult with all the projects you have, so many clients, but you need to come on the Monday meeting and say, who is the priority? what is the consequence on the other teams of the company, right? Now if I should take a microphone, it's falling, no? No, maybe if you can, guys, can you come and fix it? Thank you. Because on Monday morning, or whenever you guys meet, ask yourself, are you a gathering of people? Are you just a meeting, or are you a team? Are you a meeting of people? Yeah, thank you. Maybe I'll just... Oh, yeah. It's called the Madonna mic. I like it. I feel like a, I feel like a Madonna, but over-communicate on the roadmap. Thank you, by the way. Over-communicate, which is you are on a journey with your fellow engineer. You're on a journey. From the moment you hire them till the end, you're going to say, we're going to have bump on the road. It's not going to be okay all the time, especially with the young engineer, right? Young generation, they want everything now. You have to say from the, I think I'll take the mic because it's, you know, maybe I don't want to hold it the whole time. Thank you. Constant, what's constant on the team? Take someone outside the team.
Discipline.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Much better. Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, God, I love it. Oh, I'm in love with this mic. Beautiful sound. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, I need to do stand-up comedy or acting, something I need to use. Oh, it's beautiful. Identify the constant on the team. What's working? What's the non-negotiable? I love this term. Non-negotiable. Every corporate culture has an energy, a specific energy. Try to give it a term, an adjective, and say from now on, we will only do what's working. What's working. What is it? Every month, we can take off the team. Every month, I know it's hard work, you can take off 10% of what's not working. So you look at your day, you write down what you're doing with your teammates. What's not working every month, we take off. Okay, we're not going to spend time on this anymore. Oh. Reward high performance. Oh, I don't think I need to go into details. You guys are good. I just need to mention, it's not all of us about just money. Some of us, they need more tap on the shoulder. Some of us need more flexible at work. Some of us need more outing, team building outside in the nature. What is it each team member wants? What is it you can give them? And again, it goes down to spend some time, only 90 minutes a week. Right? I like to repeat the numbers because you guys are data guy, number guys, and say, I don't want to do soft skill. I don't want to do people skill. Well, you will never succeed. You will, those that don't want to spend time in people skill will become mediocre at some point. Or worst, non-existent. Determine the shift. So what is the shift? What's the disconnect? What can we change again? For team, purpose, purpose, purpose. I'm not talking about the business part here, right? You all know the objective of the company. When it comes down to purpose, the purpose is who do we serve? Who are the stakeholders? How can we make them more happy? Most team, I sit down with, I like to do an audit of 5 hours. They never think of who's behind. Right? Who's the client? Just a very good example. BBC, the head of BBC, yeah, the big media network in UK, a few years ago, just to make sure the 200 top corporate people understand the purpose, one day they got a 200 executive and they say, we have a surprise for you. And then the audience member from BBC came. I think there was 200 audience members, and they sit down with them for a whole day. Keep in mind, those are the clients. You're not here to just build a product, right? Which many engineers are really good at. Build a product. No. Who is the product for? What can you do to the product? I know it's not your responsibility, but if you don't have that in mind, you can't do a $1 billion startup. You need to have the final customer in mind. Set KPIs. You guys know all about KPIs. Interdependence in achieving goals. Foster culture with ritual. I was lucky enough to spend a lot of time in tribes, different tribes around the world. What they do well in terms of connecting to one another is rituals. And rituals is not just same happy hour on the Friday night at 5 p.m. with the same pizza, with the same people around you, with the same jokes and the same movie to watch. No, rituals are different things, surprising things that you never seen until now. That's rituals. But the rituals is usually the same week at the same time. Different things though. Before I became a coach 10 years ago, I worked as an entrepreneur in residence in South Africa with one of the top accelerators. What we did is we brought musicians, we brought stand-up comedian, we brought painter to see how they design. They had never seen a creativity like this. So we were helping the team to see something else, but always different things. Clear goals and visions. Yeah, I know that seems obvious. Yeah, clear goals and vision. What's not obvious for many of you is to be transparent. I don't know if you know, some of you, the app Song Pop. No, that was downloaded 100 million times. My friend created, Mathieu Nouzaret, top tech French guy in New York. Same thing, failed 3 startups, 3, before raising money again for one more startup. And he made his dream come true, 100 million download. What they did is, just before he had the idea for Song Pop, he told his team, he said, guys, I have only 3 months of salary. And we are talking about San Francisco, right? Rents are very high. 3 months of salary, but I need 9 months of development from you guys, software engineer. Who's for it? I think he told me there were 15 engineers. I think half left. Well, guess what? To the 7 who stayed, of course, they all become super millionaire, right? They trust the guy. They take a risk. There's no stories where an engineer go to a different team with no risk. I've never heard. Maybe it happens in Romania, but I've never seen in France or US, the 2 countries I know the most. Yeah. Same thing, right? It's to create the pattern that works. What's working? What's constant? What can we do better? A leadership coach friend of mine used this expression. It's always the cream over the coffee. I don't know if it resonates with you. Does it resonate with you? Yeah? It's always what's on the top, right? What seems to be just juicy enough so we keep it for the team. This is, right? It's always, you know, the evil is in the detail. Same thing. Paradise is also in the details. Heaven is in the detail. And this is how you foster a sense of community. Most people, they're not here to just come and work for this paycheck and go home and watch TV and play with their kids. Some of them want much more than this. And there's a science in psychology say all of us are born to belong to something that is beyond us. And what is it? It's this sense of community. I think there's a word in a Swedish language. Is it? I don't know if any Swedish in the room. I think it's Ika or something. And they try to foster this, and maybe it's one of the reasons Swedish startups are doing superbly well. They try to, eager is the term. They try to recreate at work with their engineer what they have at home. You know, when it's warm around Christmas and you're having cake and hot tea, that's what they try to bring. So what's the cost of inaction? Right, just visualize. I'm going to see how much time I have left. Time's up. Okay. I'm going to, how much time I have? Okay, I'll finish in three minutes. So visualize, ready. Okay. For those of you that are not sure about people's skills, What's the cost of inaction? What you have to do is very easy. You take 20 minutes, you sit by yourself, and you visualize your team if you don't do anything. Just see the members of your team. 2 years from now, jobs are India, Pakistan, AI destroy them, or you fail as a startup. Decrease in moral, which means you will have less client. Client will leave. Resignation means another team, another software service company will take the job. You don't have the talent. The talent need, again, to be motivated, inspired them. They're looking for leadership, especially the young generation. They want something inspiring. They just want, otherwise they will go somewhere else. Reduce innovation and the quality issues, of course. And my last slide, and then I'm done.
Active.
Yes. Right? It's you guys build a product. I can't help you with that. There's a part of chance. I can't help you with that. It's God, universe, spiritual, I don't care. I don't know what it is. But there's a part of luck in everything we do. It's just life. And there's a part which is people. 1/3 of your success is people. So time to, I guess, work on it to create $1 billion alchemy, energy, spirit, whatever you call it. The American native Indian, they call it Orlanda, which is the interior flame, the interior fire. You need to keep your Orlanda alive. So this is my info. You can contact me on LinkedIn. I'll be here around today and tonight at the party. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arnaud. If there are any questions, you can raise your hand or stand up so we can see you. If not, we have here.
Hi. I wanted to ask you, in today's world where most of the work is starting to be remote, how is that challenging for making great teams?
Right.
Like, it's more impersonal to have a Zoom call rather than being in the same room like here.
Right. It's a big thing. So first of all, it's a big question you have. First of all, you cannot create a corporate culture in pajamas. It's impossible, right? Half of us, we work in pajamas when you're home. You need to bring them when you want to create the sense of community. I understand that 3-4 days a week, even some of you want to work home, and it's fine. The whole world is doing that. Karim, $3 billion company, is a full remote company. So it's working. Yet, when it comes to team building, you want to foster a sense of community, you need to bring them, you need to see them. There's something that will happen, the energy, whatever you call it. So to answer your question, you need to, at least just for team building, right? Just think, and you're not gonna say anything different. They're just gonna feel you, right? They just, it's something physical, it's something animal. Does it answer your question? Thank you, sir. Yes?
Okay. The final question. Yes, I'm coming.
Thank you. I have a question regarding high-performance teams.
Yeah.
Do you think such teams are made primarily from overachievers, ambitious people, or can you have a balance of also people who prioritize work-life balance but still have a great team with them?
Right, so I was having this discussion yesterday with one of the speakers. I don't know if it was Christie, again from NASA, or I don't know, one of the great speakers. I don't know, some guy on center stage who create, like a $300 million company. I don't remember which one. Oh yeah, it's a database company. What's the name of it? There was this CTO last year, and now he's the CEO. He's the co-founder. He's here this year. I don't remember the name of the company. He's a guy living in Pennsylvania, US. Anyway, we were talking. He's tried for years to create high-performing team. Sometime with average engineer, doesn't work. So you need some. But what it takes is not the smartest guy. The one with the most desire. That's it. Just, they need to be, of course, smart enough. They don't need to be the smartest. Smart enough plus desire. I mean, I lived 7 years in LA, 7 years in New York. I've seen the most successful people ever. No different than you and me. It's just the desire, the grit to go there, and they have this vision of wanting to build something together that's going to last a long time, to create impact. That's the only difference. Just so you can instill this into people. You can instill desire. What you need to have them wanting to be ambitious, but yet no desire. So there are people smart, they are ambitious, but they don't have the desire to be high performing. And what you do is you show them role model around them. You bring them, you have conversation, you do your little event inside your own company. Look, he's no better than us, and he did an amazing company. Oh, this guy, I'm like him, I'm not so different. The young people, that's how right now the young people are doing so many amazing things, right? Because they watch all the 20 years old or 18 years old doing amazing things. I can do that too, right? Same thing with 35 years old engineer. You can instill the desire in them. Thank you, and apparently it's the last question. So I'll be around, feel free to come. Thank you.